Have you ever noticed how the story of an entire continent, home to over 1.4 billion people, often gets squeezed into a single, tired narrative? For too long, the world has viewed Africa through a narrow lens, one clouded by headlines of crisis, poverty, and conflict. But today, I want to invite you to look closer, to zoom in past the cliches and discover a revolution that's unfolding, not with weapons, but with cameras, keyboards, and code. This is the story of a new Africa, one being written by its own people, and it's a story of hope, breathtaking innovation, and unyielding resilience. Let's talk about the power of a story. The media doesn't just report the news. It shapes our reality, our perceptions, and our beliefs. For decades, the narrative about Africa was largely controlled by outsiders. A 2019 study revealed that major international news outlets dedicated less than 5% of their foreign coverage to sub-Saharan Africa, and a significant portion of that focused on disaster and instability. Think about that. A continent of 54 diverse countries, thousands of cultures, and a billion dreams, reduced to a footnote of negativity, but the tide is turning. A seismic shift is happening, powered by a generation of African journalists, filmmakers, and content creators who are seizing control of their own stories. They are armed with smartphones and a fierce determination to show the world the Africa they know and love. Look at platforms like Steers in Nigeria, which provides in-depth data-driven analysis on African economies, or The Continent, a weekly African newspaper designed to be read and shared on WhatsApp. They aren't just reporting, they are re-educating, offering nuanced perspectives that challenge outdated stereotypes. They are proving that the most powerful tool for change is the truth, told in its full, complex, and beautiful context. This isn't just about correcting the record, it's about fueling a movement. When the media focuses on solutions instead of just problems, it inspires action. When it highlights local heroes, it creates role models. This new media movement is dismantling the poverty-porn narrative and replacing it with stories of agency and empowerment. They're showing us the real Africa, a continent not waiting to be saved, but one that is actively building its own future. And what a future it is. This revolution in storytelling is happening alongside an explosion of creativity and innovation that is reshaping industries across the globe. Forget the image of a continent playing catch-up. Africa is leapfrogging. In the world of fintech, for example, while the West was still swiping credit cards, Africa became the undisputed global leader in mobile money. By 2023, Sub-Saharan Africa accounted for nearly 70% of the world's mobile money transaction value, processing an astonishing $832 billion. That's not just an adaptation, it's a reinvention of finance, born out of necessity and brilliant ingenuity. This spirit of innovation is everywhere. In Kenya, innovators at Ushahidi created a world-renowned crisis mapping platform that has been used globally to monitor elections and coordinate disaster relief. In Rwanda, drones from Zipline are delivering life-saving blood and medical supplies to remote clinics in minutes, a feat of logistics that many developed nations are still trying to replicate. In Ghana, a company called M-Parma is creating a massive network of pharmacies to make prescription drugs more affordable and accessible for millions. These aren't isolated success stories. They are data points in a larger trend. Venture capital funding for African startups, though it faces global headwinds, has seen exponential growth over the last decade. In 2021, it surged to over $5 billion, a clear signal that the world is finally waking up to the continent's immense potential. These innovators aren't just building businesses, they're solving real-world problems with a unique blend of tech savviness and deep community understanding. They are the architects of Africa's new era, designing a future that is sustainable, inclusive, and proudly African. Now it would be naive and dishonest to ignore the real challenges Africa faces. Political instability, economic disparities, and the escalating climate crisis are all significant hurdles. We've seen droughts, conflicts, and health emergencies. But what the old narrative always missed was the other side of that coin. An almost superhuman resilience. This is where we move from crisis to creativity. When faced with adversity, the response isn't despair, it's innovation. Consider the energy sector. Nearly 600 million people in sub-Saharan Africa lack access to reliable electricity. The traditional slow-moving approach of building massive power grids isn't keeping pace. So, what happened? A boom in off-grid solar solutions. Companies like M-Kopa and D-Light have provided clean, affordable solar power to millions of homes, not just lighting up houses, but powering small businesses, enabling children to study at night, and connecting communities to the digital world. This isn't just a temporary fix. It's a decentralized green energy revolution happening from the ground up. This resilience is woven into the very fabric of society. It's in the artists who turn recycled materials into stunning works of art. It's in the entrepreneurs who build global businesses with limited resources. It's in the community leaders who mediate conflicts and rebuild societies. It's the ability to find opportunity in obstruction, to build a ladder out of the very rubble that was meant to bury you. The world often sees the crisis, but it misses the incredible creativity that is born directly from it. This unseen resilience is perhaps Africa's greatest strength. So, what is the heartbeat of this new era? It's a powerful combination of hope and innovation. Hope, not as a passive wish but as an active driving force. It's the defiant belief in a better future, a belief that is being validated every single day. And innovation, not just in technology, but in governance, in art, in social structures, and in storytelling. Africa has the youngest population in the world. By 2050, 1 in every 4 people on Earth will be African, and nearly 1 billion of them will be under the age of 25. This isn't just a demographic statistic, it's a promise. It's a tidal wave of talent, energy, and ambition, ready to solve not only Africa's challenges, but the world's. This generation, digitally native and globally connected, is not asking for permission to lead. They are already leading. They are the journalists fighting for truth, the tech founders building unicorns, the doctors pioneering new healthcare solutions, and the artists captivating global audiences. They are the true face of the continent. The story of Africa is the story of humanity. It's a story of struggle, yes, but more importantly, it's a story of triumph, of ingenuity, and of an unbreakable spirit. It's time for all of us to change the channel, to tune out the old, tired static, and listen to the vibrant, powerful new frequency broadcasting from across the continent. It's a story of hope and innovation. It's the story of Africa's new era, and it's only just beginning. Thank you so much for watching. If this story moved you, please share this video and join the conversation in the comments below. What incredible African innovations or stories inspire you? Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay connected with more content that challenges perspectives and celebrates the power of the human spirit. Until next time, stay curious.